A soft light comes on, revealing people standing unconscious in a circle. Suddenly, a young woman wakes up. She calls out, but no one answers. She tries to step forward, but a buzzer rings. Looking down, she sees she's standing on a red circle. She tries stepping back, another buzzer. She even tries touching the soldier beside her, but the buzzer goes off again. There's a glowing circle on her hand. A man across the room warns her to stop moving, saying, "They can see us." She asks questions, but he only guesses at the answers. Another woman wakes up in panic. He tries to calm her, but when she moves, a beam of electricity shoots from the middle of the circle and kills her instantly. The lights suddenly switch on, and everyone else wakes up. One man dies on the spot. The first man tells everyone to stay still while a cop looks for his gun. He warns them not to move or touch anyone. A beeping sound starts, and one of the dead men is dragged away as his hand glows. The beeping continues, building into an electrical charge that kills the first man before he can finish speaking. Panic spreads, but as the group calms down, a man in a hat realizes he can control the lights on the floor. The light stops in front of a woman, and the electricity zaps her. As others demand answers, Hawkeye explains, each person controls only one light. They soon discover that the lights are their votes. Whoever gets the most is killed. The beeping begins, and another person is zapped. The pregnant woman notices what's happening and explains they're voting by closing their hands. Someone suggests voting for the already dead, and they all agree. But when the beeping stops, someone else still gets zapped. The next round, they try not voting at all. Suddenly, all the pointer lights come on, and another person dies anyway. A man in a blue hoodie urges everyone to stay quiet and come up with a strategy. His idea: eliminate the older people first. Hat Guy agrees, though others resist. Blue hoodie suggests starting with the man to his right and going clockwise. The pregnant woman disagrees, but no one has a better plan. The beeping starts. The first old man begs for mercy, but gets zapped when the majority follows Blue Hoodie's plan. They turn to the soldier, hoping he knows what's happening. Maybe an alien invasion, but he's just as lost as the rest. A man in the back recalls being in a traffic jam before everything went dark. Others remember the same. He also recalls being pulled up into a ship, seeing a red room filled with bodies, though he now believes they weren't dead, only drugged. The group continues voting, killing the second old person, then the third. When the fourth old man says he remembers aliens and how they spoke, some accuse him of lying to save himself. He's zapped. Next, attention turns to the woman in the hat. She says she's 52 and once had cancer but survived. Blue Hoodie argues she's more likely to die anyway, so she should go next. A doctor insists that isn't true. Blue Hoodie pushes harder, but others disagree, questioning how low the age cutoff would go. Eventually, frustrated, the group turns on Blue Hoodie himself. He's killed. The woman with cancer suggests they focus on why they were chosen. While some think it's random, she insists they should learn about each other. Beth begins sharing her story, but mid-sentence the beeping ends, and she's zapped. The group decides not to reveal their names anymore. Still, Craig speaks up, saying the woman beside him is his wife. When asked who else knows each other, a man in the back admits he knows the doctor, though neither explains how. Craig pleads with the group not to kill his wife. The beeping resumes and another person dies. They ask a Hispanic man to speak, but he doesn't understand English. A woman offers to translate. He says he has 3 daughters in Mexico. A man in flannel jokes, asking if he'd need a green card to be abducted by aliens. They press the translator to ask if he's in the US legally. He admits he isn't. Suddenly, a young girl in the front row gets zapped instead. The cop recognizes Raul, another man in the group, accusing him of beating his girlfriend. Raul coldly says she got what she deserved. In the next round, Raul is killed. A blonde woman suggests they're supposed to figure out who's good and who's bad. Maybe there's a reason for their being here. But another man argues the point might simply be to force them to kill each other while the aliens watch. The group debates whether they're deciding who deserves to live. The beeping ends, and the Muslim woman in the front row is zapped. An African-American man raises the topic of race, pointing out the unfairness. Other African Americans warn him not to, fearing he'll make himself a target. Hawkeye agrees. Still, the conversation exposes hidden prejudices. The cop reveals his racism openly. The beeping begins again. This time, the cop dies. The soldier says they shouldn't discuss opinions and prejudices, but the African American man insists everything should be on the table. The soldier and the translator argue they should avoid turning on each other and instead focus on understanding what's happening to them. The group tries voting for themselves, but it doesn't work. They attempt voting for the person next to them, yet someone still gets zapped because of a mistake. When they repeat the tactic, the pregnant woman helps the kid beside her. Suddenly, both she and a man are chosen. They vote again and the man is killed. A man from the back explains he voted against the man because he saw him targeting the pregnant woman. He warns that, by design, the game will eventually come down to either the pregnant woman or the child. A blonde man suggests that if they eliminate both, everyone else will stand a better chance. The man in the flannel shirt argues that one of them should walk out alive, but red tie disagrees. Cancer Lady insists the pregnant woman counts as 2 lives. The next vote ties between an older woman and the kid. They choose the woman. The soldier and the man from the back argue that the child and the pregnant woman should be protected, but a man with glasses wants to test them first. He questions the kid. The vote again ties between the pregnant woman and the child. A man suggests killing them both, but he gets zapped instead. Craig proposes asking for volunteers. No one steps forward until a teenager offers. When asked why, he admits he doesn't want to kill anyone. Flannel Shirt says it's unfair to let a kid sacrifice himself. Red Tie and Glasses disagree, but then an older man steps forward instead. He walks off when the beeping begins. Red Tie and Glasses still demand volunteers, but refuse to do it themselves. Flannel insists everyone but the pregnant woman should volunteer. The teenager finally goes through with it and dies. The group expects the soldier to step up, but he refuses, saying he's already sacrificed enough and wants to return to his family. Time runs out until a woman volunteers, saying she lost her son. The deacon comforts her before she accepts her fate. When the others realize he's a deacon, a man in a black suit mocks him. Religion becomes the next debate. Black Suit declares the Zapper their only god and hunts for atheists. He ties with the woman in the vote, but she dies. He then torments a blonde woman until he's finally killed. Glasses argues that those without children should sacrifice themselves. Craig claims he has a daughter. Red Tie questions another woman, who later reveals she's gay. When he reacts with homophobia, the group votes him out. They debate what will happen when only 2 are left. Flannel offers to sacrifice himself, while others argue over trust. A tied vote kills both the blonde woman and the man who knew her. Glasses begins targeting the pregnant woman, boasting about being a valuable banker. He pushes until the translator is killed. The Hispanic man sacrifices himself for the child. Alliances form. One side protects the girls, the other doesn't. Numbers dwindle. Craig and his wife are exposed as liars when she can't recall his name. He admits it was her idea, and he dies, leaving her to defend herself. The blonde man takes control, reminding everyone they are all killers and pushing them to choose sides. He tries to sway a woman by appealing to her feelings about family. The vote ends in a 5-way tie between him, the soldier, Cancer Lady, a blonde woman, and the gay woman. After the revote, only the blonde man survives. The deacon breaks down in tears. The blonde man continues scheming, asking the pregnant woman for her vote, but she refuses. The man in the back holds to his strategy. The deacon apologizes to the pregnant woman and steps off his circle. The 2 men realize they need to adjust. The blonde man offers a trade, one of the girls in exchange for the fake wife. When the voting ends, the wife is killed. The man in the back points out that an older man never voted the entire time, yet survived this far. He and the blonde man argue over him, but in secret, the pregnant woman and the man in the back align. The blonde man is killed. Only 4 remain. This time, they all vote for the older man. He dies. The man in the back is left with the pregnant woman and the child. He suggests maybe the aliens are running an experiment to observe how humans judge each other. The pregnant woman asks why that would involve killing one another. He explains that through choosing, the aliens see human values and morality. He tells the 2 girls they must decide between themselves who dies. The child cries, saying she'll sacrifice herself for the baby. The man promises to join her, but at the last second, he votes for the pregnant woman. Both collapse, yet nothing happens. He's still trapped. Another vote begins. Furious, he refuses to vote, but when the beeping ends, he sees he's tied with the unborn baby. Forced to choose, he votes for the baby to die. He wakes outside, looking up at a spaceship, and realizes there are many of them. He had played everyone, manipulating his way to the final round. In the end, he saved himself. With that, the movie ends. So that's it. Hope you enjoy the story. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos.